Welcome to my channel. I'm Carrie Fitts, owner and broker of Carrie Fitts Real Estate in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Fairhope, Alabama, and Pensacola, Florida. In today's episode, we'll continue our series on the home buying trends across generations, focusing today specifically on Gen X. As I noted in my previous episode, understanding the differences between generations and their home buying needs is extremely relevant to your strategic marketing and how you approach interactions with different clients. Good agents intentionally modify their interactions on a case-by-case basis, finding ways to connect and achieve the best outcome. You have to know your audience. So let's dive into Generation X, which makes up about 24% of recent home buyers and boasted the highest earnings with a median income of $130,000 in 2023. The number one reason for purchasing across Gen X was the desire to own their own home, with a desire for a larger home given as the second most frequent reason. Additionally, Gen X home buyers demonstrate far less willingness to move more than a median of 15 miles from their previous residences. Finally, Gen X holds the largest percentage of married couples purchasing homes at 66%. So, after all that, why is this information important, and how can we use it to inform our sales approach? Well, first, as the generation with the highest median income, Gen X demonstrates self-sufficiency, individualism, and pragmatism. They often do a lot of research up front before even contacting a realtor. Once that first contact is made, it's important that as the realtor, you involve your Gen X client in the process as much as possible. In fact, it's very likely that your client won't want or need as much of your insight as in those other generations. It's also important to keep your insight based on realism. Your Gen X client will be more focused on the location and the cost, and it may be harder to sell them a vision of a dream home. Finally, with Gen X's pragmatic approach comes a dose of cynicism. As their agent, keep it real. Inform them about the market they're engaging with and prepare them for what to expect. So that's our deep dive into the Gen X. As you can see, most of them have newly entered the stage of their lives where they can afford to own a home of their own or upgrade to something bigger and better. Many of them have older children and are thinking about the next stage of their lives, where they may have more disposable income, and home buying is the next challenge they plan to tackle. For agents, this means involving them in the process as much as possible and helping them stay informed so that they can make the best decisions for themselves and their families. In the next episode, we'll move on to millennials and talk about how their generational characteristics shape their approach to home buying. I'm Carrie Fitts. Carry on.